I don't know if I can do this. This is such a sad story, and I've done YouTube news in the past, and I've even done YouTube debates in the past, even though those YouTube debates were kind of one-sided because the other guy had technological issues and he didn't really treat my points very fairly. But anyway, that aside, let's get into the video today. So, welcome to the Game Philosopher, a show about gaming philosophy and all this other stuff, and culture and all this other stuff. Uh, Today we're going to be talking about grief and suicide. This is a topic that I really don't like talking about because uh, it's everywhere. But I kind of have to because you're reading online, popular YouTuber Desmond Etikas was found dead. And he recently posted this video about wanting to commit suicide. Then he was reportedly missing nearly a week ago. And if I remember right, of course now the video is down, so I can't really verify it anymore. But he was apparently feeling a lot of guilt in him and sadness, of course, now that he's committed suicide. And stuff like this really does put towards a very bad existence and a big crisis within someone. And, you know, he's not the only one who suffers from this type of stuff. There's a lot of people who do, and there's a lot of people who are not famous who often end up committing suicide. And you have people who give up hope. It's pretty much that's all it is giving up hope. Now, Seneca talked about how hope destroys people, but as much as I admire Seneca, and he's one of my big heroes, I don't know. The hopelessness seems to be a common theme in suicide, and sorry guys, I'm not giving this video as much enthusiasm as usual because it's so sad. So the how do I proceed with this? So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and say if you if you have these feelings, don't be afraid to not talk with someone about it. There are plenty of therapies out there that could help you. You just talk with a psychologist and they will assign some type of therapy or give you some medicine which it will temporarily help you out while you're getting the therapy for a long-term cure. But now let me talk about, though, some of my insights about stuff like this. So, it's like a few years ago, actually, I think it was 2013 or so, I was dealing with certain feelings like that. And the problem was that I was so stressed out and I was not doing very well. Well, of course, still I'm not doing very well. In terms of things I want to do, but that's not. I've been able to handle it differently now. But I was so stressed out. I was always talking about how much I wish I did better, and how much I hated myself, and I just couldn't really deal with my defeats very well, and So there's a time when I actually was having the thoughts of committing the act, but I never did it. But there was a real possibility I could have. And uh, there are so many things I learned from this event, though, that I actually did check myself to get help, and well, the help didn't really help out because I went to a place to get medicine, and it turned out that the medicine was not really helping me, but making the problem worse. So I eventually got therapy for it instead, and therapy really helped me out. Um, so now, from all this, and from what I've learned later, there are some things that I have to say that are very common with depression and suicides. For one, the major problem that's often expressed is that people often feel like they've done better in the past and they miss the old days, and they don't feel like they're getting any better. Well, the problem I see here is that when you look at the Constellations of Philosophy by Severinos Boetius, I can't really say his name right because I don't want to get censored by YouTube. Because it's anus, very anus. So, alright, so, sorry about the joke. I just need to lighten things up a little bit. So anyway, according to him, what happens is that fortune throws all these things at us. And a lot of times to trip us up. And it all deceives us, and we're all being attacked on all sides and all this other stuff. And I'm just paraphrasing, but that's because he's very wordy. And yet he also talks about God as the essence of happiness, and the importance of pursuing virtue to be happy. And he also deals with the question of evil, which I will get into in another video because it's not a philosophy of religion video. So, another important thing is Al-Farabi in his political regime. Talks about how there are forms of false happiness and true happiness, and that in order to find true happiness, you have to be like the virtuous state and look for virtuous actions. And a lot of people would question this because they think they're good, and therefore it's invalid because they're still unhappy. But if they were truly virtuous, I think they would have a certain strength about them. And so I think cultivating a little bit of strength internally is a form of virtue. And, it's true that there will be a lot of suffering within us. And we will always have suffering. But what if other people matter more than we do? What if we go all of our way consciously to help other people and think about them in a way where we're not thinking of ourselves as much. In fact, C.S. Lewis said, true humility is not thinking less of the self, but thinking of the self less. So if we want to be happy, I'd have to say that we want to think less of the self and more about others. And another consolation I'm going to give is, say you think that you've never been successful and you want to be successful. And there's no way you're looking at your past successes as good, which is something I made a big flaw about. When you do this, it's because you are so exhausted with failure uh, that you might even miss out on the small successes that you did have. A lot of times, this is impatience. It's better to be patient and think about things in a manner that actually be productive towards being a stronger, healthier individual. And in fact, you could learn more things if you have to take more time to achieve the success. Life is not a race, and we have plenty of times. But as Seneca says, life is long if you know how to use it. So, why should we shorten life through suicide? This is not the answer ever. Now, guys, there are hotlines you can call. If you're feeling depressed, please call them. Um, Comment down in the comment section or PM me. I'll help you out by giving you a hand by listening. But also, I'd really also recommend that you call the hotline if you are truly thinking about committing the acts of self harm. So, guys, I'll speak with you later. Please like, comment, subscribe. Be safe out there.